Asia's biggest electronics wasteland, where thousands of old computers and TVs are dumped every day. Amos is just 15.
Most of the farms are totally done.
There is a finite lifespan with the landfill, and we know too much now as a population that it's not good to put things into the ground that aren't biodegradable.
In the UK have a mobile phone. Whether it's an essential business tool or the latest fashion accessory, people are changing them more and more often. Without careful planning, there's the potential that we will be buried under a growing mountain of unwanted phones.
Said, well, if we try to address global warming, it's going to cause economic problems. I don't think so. I think it'll create a lot of good jobs, a lot of high-paying jobs.
There are 5 known mass extinction events, from which at least half of the Earth's species had been annihilated. 2 of these events are the Siberian volcanic eruption, known as the Permian extinction, and the Yucatan Peninsula meteor fallout, known as the Jurassic extinction. I prepared a short video to see a transition of one dominant species to the other. Hope you like it.
A herd of creatures graze the Siberian plains, and they are big. Like this Gorgonopsid, a perfectly engineered prehistoric killing machine. The Gorgonopsid's saber teeth wound the scutosaur. The predator watches as its prey grows weak from blood loss. But before it can make its final move, something strange happens. The ground gets hot. Enormous pressure builds beneath the surface, and lava spews into the air. But the lava isn't from one single volcano. The entire landscape is erupting. It's a flood basalt eruption. A massive plume of mantle rises up from deep inside the earth and pushes molten rock out through fissures in the Earth's crust. The lush paradise is now a lifeless hell. The scutosaurs and the gorgonopsids are dead. They're the first casualties in the greatest mass extinction the world has ever seen, the Permian extinction. With 95% of all life on Earth wiped out, the field opens for a new species to emerge. One that will dominate the planet like no other. The dinosaurs. These are called amosaurs. Like all dinos, they evolved from the reptiles that survived the Permian extinction. The dinosaurs have repopulated the Earth. Nothing on Earth can challenge their dominance. Nothing on Earth. A large piece of space rock heads toward Earth. It's bigger than Mount Everest. And heads straight for the Gulf of Mexico. A split second changes the world forever. The asteroid itself instantly vaporizes. Minutes after impact, hundreds of miles from where the asteroid struck, the Earth is under attack. Their 165 million year reign is over.
Scientists speculate that the sixth mass extinction is looming ahead, but this time it is caused by a single species, us humans. Well, it is inconceivable that we can do such damage, but it is a matter of fact. How destructive we really are. To have a clear view of this, let us take the smallest unit of the society. We call it family. This family is among the Earth's populations about 7 billion and increasing, and decide if we are really that destructive.
So, where do we begin? One of the things that we can do is to take a look at our own carbon footprint, as it's called, to understand just how much CO2 is generated by the average American family.
Girls!
We've recreated a day in the life of one of those families.
What's for breakfast? Yeah.
We'll call them the Smiths. They live in an average American house outside an average American city. The rising blocks represent the Smiths' carbon dioxide emissions, a direct result of their energy consumption. They use an average amount of electric power, which comes to them from an energy grid, powered primarily by fossil fuels, coal, oil, and natural gas.
Bye.
Almost half of the family's annual CO2 emissions, more than 15 tons, comes from their 2 large gas-guzzling cars. What is more surprising, perhaps, is that the energy used in powering the appliances in the Smiths' home puts out almost as much carbon dioxide as driving those two cars. Every device used to heat, clean, entertain, or generally make life comfortable produces CO2. Even the food they eat can make a difference. Transporting food, sometimes across continents, racks up another 5 tons of CO2, 10% of the family's total greenhouse gas emissions. Then, there are periodic business trips. Mr. Smith's travel alone adds another ton of carbon dioxide.
Well, I hope you guys study for your spelling tests.
Add it all up, and the Smiths produce 50 tons of carbon dioxide every year. There are more than 100 million households across the country, a hefty contribution to the 7 billion tons of CO2 the United States now emits annually.
Hi, I'm Alfred Alcantara, an electrical engineer, and I am here to show you how to convert something into something else. Well, I have here a parabolic antenna which I found in a scrapyard, which I already cleaned, and I will demonstrate to you how to convert this item into a solar reflector that can be used as heater or a cooker. So stay with me. See you. Hello. Now we covered the surface of this antenna using a body feeder. Well, you can use a cardboard, but it's recommended to have your equipment in a longer life. So the next step is to apply a reflective material on the surface using a standard aluminum tape. So we'll see what happens next. Stay with me.
There's always room in life for this. And close my world, never open up to anything that could get me at all. I had to close down everything, I had to close down my mind. Too many things could cut me, or too much could make me blind. I've seen so much in so many places, so many heartaches, so many faces, so many dirty things you couldn't even believe I would stand in line for this. There's always room in life for this.